Hello everybody, this is Misfit from the Co-op guys, back with some more Factorio. Some changes have taken place amongst the base. As you can probably tell by the map, I have expanded our base outward after defeating the alien hordes that are at our gates. Hordes is what I said, not something else, in case you were confused as to what I might have been saying. So extended the walls out, didn't even bother with a corner, because it's probably better off just doing this. It's a bit ugly, but doesn't really matter. The wall is defending us, and that's what counts. What I have also done, if you'll see over here, is I have deployed a group of these radar towers. And I haven't had these in operation for quite some time, mainly because it created pollution, attracted aliens, and so forth. But now that we are no longer dependent on our turbines, which create pollution as they create power, instead we're dependent on solar power, I can put as many of these things down as I want, and they won't actually create any pollution. I don't think they do anyway. Yeah, no pollution. Nice. And the benefit of having these, aside from the fact that it's exploring the map for us, is that it also provides real-time viewing of the map. So the lighter coloured areas, we can see enemies moving around in. Now there are certain circumstances where we could see enemies moving before, but now when we check the map, we can actually have a look and see all the aliens moving about. There's also you can use this to see friendly things moving around, which we will get into at a later episode. A little teaser for you. Something else I have done, and this took a hell of a long time, is I have upgraded all of our transport belts to the fast transport belts. This took forever to do. All in all, I was continuously producing and deploying all of these darn things, and I think that I must have gone through at least 3,000 belts, just changing all these over. So there is tons. And what I was doing was I was going out and I was placing like 500 or so, and I was basically directly swapping one with the other. And then I came back here and I shoved them all in here, and they got recycled into the newer ones. So not many of the original ones are left. So everything is red and fast and super speedy. Doing so highlighted a couple of problems, however. Our iron supply, or iron throughput, wasn't really good enough for dedicated iron building, and it wasn't the fault of these guys. These guys were actually just absorbing most of the iron. The problem was our furnaces are not good enough. There's not enough, and there's actually too many per belt. I've got 16 on here. At its peak, only about 12 of them were running continuously. The four at the back here were doing nothing. So that was a design flaw. I might be able to overcome that if I swapped out this with the top tier transport belts, but that wouldn't be possible in this circumstance because of another problem, which is when I was making all those transport belts. Let's see, transport belt. There we go. So the fast transport belt, autosave, thank you. The fast transport belt is upgraded version of the regular transport belt, and I was just feeding the transport belts I was picking up back in so they could be upgraded. But they also take 5 iron gear wheels, which doesn't sound like much. And each iron gear wheel is 2 iron. So basically, it's an extra 10 iron for each one of these, and I went through about 3,000 of them. So that cost us at least 30,000 iron, which completely ravaged our iron mine down here. It was already diminished somewhat because we've been using it for quite a while, and now it's getting dangerously low. So we're going to need to get some more iron soon in order to secure our future. Now we do have. Oh, I also up here. I I tapped into this little iron patch as well, just to help boost it along, because this, the amount of iron we were getting out of this per second wasn't good enough. So just to help boost it along, I tapped into this iron here. Oh, another change I made, I took out two of the chemical plants that were converting light oil into petroleum gas, and I took out one of these chemical plants, and I actually disconnected this one. So right now we're not converting heavy oil into light oil, and the reason why is just in terms of ratios. So every 5 seconds we are making 3 heavy oil, 13.5 light oil, and petroleum gas. So, well, more petroleum gas, but you get the picture. The way I had it before is I was actually converting more light oil into petroleum gas than I was actually creating. So it was a big deficit, which put pressure on the heavy oil making more light oil, which is why our heavy oil is severely low. So what I've done, I've just completely disconnected them. And besides, this one chemical plant is already overdoing it anyway, because this converts 4 every 5 seconds, whereas these 3 refineries create 3. So yeah, just to maintain a supply of heavy oil, I have just disconnected that, which will limit our production. But once this fills up, I can turn that back on, and then it should last a very long time. And our oil storage is fine. Everything's fine up here. But yeah, we've got a couple more iron patches. Like there's this one here, which I'm next to. There's another little one up here. And there's a pretty decent sized one there. About, I'd say 2/3 the size of the iron mine that has just been diminished. However, we're going to need a serious source of iron at some point soon. And there are some serious sources of iron out beyond the wall. There's one right here. There's one very close to us, actually. And there is one over here. The main problem, as you might be able to tell, is that they're covered or very, very close to aliens. Now, we can deal with the aliens. However, as you noticed in the previous episodes, I die very, very quickly. Oh, I should probably get some research doing. We're going to research some speed modules. I die very quickly to the aliens, especially now that most of the time they are the big, massive, strong aliens, like the large ones. Not only that, but the bases have more and more worms in them. Now, we haven't really encountered too many worms, but on the last base I had, there was like a cluster of worms that it did actually kill me off camera once or twice. So they're very tricky to take care of. They have greater range than you or your they have greater range than you do, and are actually comparable to the laser turret range, and they hit hard. And this armor is not good enough. In fact, we've completely, I just noticed now, we've broken our first set and we're on to our second. So that's not going to cut it. So we're going to be looking into upgrading our armor today. Oh, just as a little addition, I finally got room to put in our accumulators production. So let's just get that going. There we go. Unlimited it to about 450. And we've got our solar panels there. So, because the radar dishes, that's using a lot of power. It uses 3 megawatts, which is almost half of what our turrets are doing while idle, and our turrets are our biggest power hog. Those 10 radar dishes are using more power than all of our 100 assemblers combined. So, well, the assemblers use more power when they're actually being in use, but in any case, a lot of power. So we're going to have to up our power production pretty soon, because our accumulators are getting pretty low at night. So yeah, we are going to be making some better armor today. It's not going to, it will offer us a bit more protection out there. It's not going to make us invulnerable or anything. But what we're after is this. Basic modular armor. This stuff is pretty nifty. However, if you look at take a look at the numbers here and memorize them. So acid 530, explosion 1030, physical 630. Okay, let's look at our armor down here. Acid 530, explosive 1030, physical 630. The new armor is identical to the one we're already wearing, but it's a hell of a lot more expensive. So why on earth would I build this? The reason why is that you can add things to it. And these are all the sort of things that you can add to it. You can add shields, which will soak up the damage and then recharge over time, which is what we really want. We can also add batteries to store up some power so that it can recharge the shields. We can add solar panels to charge our suits. We can add things like the personal laser defense that will automatically shoot anything that comes near us. We can add night vision, which is rubbish, but apparently is a bit nifty. I don't know. I will make one and try it out. But that's what we're going to be building today. Before I do that, well, before I build it, I need to research. I'll finish researching these speed modules. Modules are a whole other ball game, which we'll get into another day. But we also need to research this armor crafting. So, why are you guys not make? Oh, I never put you in. That's probably why you're not making anything. And I'm gonna take that out and put that there, and then bring the pole back and put you there, and then I'm gonna make a chest and finish the speed modules. There we go. So let's just make our armor. Let's just research that so we can get started on our armor crafting. And I'll probably just spend a little bit of time off camera. I'm going to research all the little extra technologies. They don't take too long. I've just been avoiding them because I wanted to do it. I wanted to build this stuff in front of you guys. So yeah, I'm gonna sit here, research all that sort of stuff, and then we're gonna get to building armor. Yeah. Okay, we are now ready to start crafting our new armor and our new toys to put into it. I have researched a few things here. So we've got our armor crafting 3 with the basic modular armor. We also researched the energy shields. We have researched night vision goggles just for the sake of it. We have researched batteries, and we have researched portable solar panels. So I've got everything I need to craft down here. So let's just get to it. Let's start with, of course, the armor, and let's make 5 solar panels. How long do they take to make? Not long at all. And we're going to make our night vision goggles just for the sake of it, and for them and to them. There we go. Looks like I didn't have a lot left over. In fact, that was perfect. There we go. So here is our new armor. Let us take off our heavy armor, just a reminder of what our guy looks like without any armor on. Bit weird. And then let's put, where's that other armor gone? Did I? Oh, there it is. And that's what he looks like now. And here's what it looks like with the new armor. Oh, he's got a scary mask on. And look at the size of that backpack. Alright, so this guy is definitely looking a bit beefier. Now, what we can do is we can right click on the armor, and all of a sudden we have this little window opening. And this is how we add things to our armor. So, for instance, we've got our solar panels here. Let us just pop them in. The solar panels, if you hover over them, they usually tell you how big they are. But these ones take up a 1x1 area. And we're just going to install. Oh, very, very techno noisy. I like it. So we've got 5 solar panels in here, generating 50 watts of power. And there was supposed to be an energy bar or something showing up. I'm not seeing it. Probably see it in a second. Let's open that up again. We've also got our energy shields being made. So let's pop in. These are 2x2. So they require a bit more space. But let's just pop them in. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And here we go. This is our total shield strength at the bottom. These things stack up. So if I take those ones away, our shields are going to recharge quicker because there's not that many. Each one of these... shield capacity. Each one of these has 50. So that'll give us 200 shields. It's going to take a long while for that to recharge. Almost as much as our health takes to get charged back up. But if we put our batteries in... that's the power meter I was looking at. This is our power storage. So we can store 2 kilojoules. And I don't know what our shield drain is. I can't remember exactly what it is. But yeah, we now have a shield. We can take some damage. Oh, just for the sake of it, let's have a look at the night vision. Let's take one of these batteries off and put our night vision on. Oh, that is massive. Okay, let's take one of the shields off and put that on. Alright, let's check out the night vision. I think you press it, you activate it by turning on N. Nope. B. Controls, where are you? Night vision, night vision, night vision. Alright, give me a second then. I'm gonna see if I can find where these night vision is. Okay, well, apparently it just turns itself on automatically. There's no keybind for it. And this is what happens when you use night vision. Everything becomes green, as opposed to everything being black. Everything is freaking green. Yeah, this is why I don't like night vision. So let's take that off. In fact, actually, let's put it back on. And then go to a really dark area of our base. Like, the newly expanded area is pretty dark. Let's go over here. Yep. Still just as light. But, yeah. Yep, taking that off. Much better with a shield and a battery, to be honest. So this armor will allow us to take some damage a lot more effectively. However, because we're reliant on solar panels, it will only really work during the day. Now we do have these batteries here, which will buffer the power, which means we can take a bit more damage at night. However, if we look at this bit here, the second level of batteries, we can research, and even though the processing units are expensive, we can go for them if we want. But we're going to try out. We're going to go and engage the enemy. Actually, we're going to go test out this armor. So I'm going to hang around during the day, let this armor fully charge up. The batteries too, and we're going to go, and this base down here has been causing us some trouble. So we want to go take care of them. Plus, it will help secure the iron that we're going to need for the rest of the game, pretty much. So I'll mine out this stuff later, but we're going to need this stuff. Also, just to give you an update on some of the other upgrades I've done, the shotgun is almost completely upgraded. We've done it is going to do as much damage as it can ever do. It's one upgrade away from having the fastest shotgun. It is, just to give you a little. Here's how fast it fires now. Okay, here's how fast it fires now. Auto shotty. So a little bit faster, and it's going to be mincemeat of the aliens. The only thing that I could make this any better is the new ammo, which we haven't done yet, but it is also within our grasp, and we can easily go for it. The only thing is making it is time consuming, so it might set up a little factory to make it. Anyway, I'm going to get some stuff together, and we're going to go out and test this new armor against the aliens. Okay, we are ready to head out. Just need to fix up this wall before I do. Whoa! Hey there, buddy. Before I head out, I'm going to start researching the next level of the batteries, because I'm not entirely sure how well these batteries are going to last. What time of day is it? A useful way I found of seeing when the day is to look back 10 minutes in the electrical network. So, yeah, it's almost going to be night time, which is probably not the best time to go out, but we'll see how things go. So, I'm going to bring a... No, that was wrong. Totally wrong place. There we go. I'm going to bring some of these out, and just as a precaution, I'm going to set up a turret wall here. I haven't got too many turrets. I mean, I've got, well, a couple hundred. But I won't be able to launch a big major offensive because I'm still not making turrets since I took down the previous setup, and and we used a lot up when we were expanding our walls. So um, get out of here, trees. I'm making a whole bunch of poison capsules because my plan out here is to not rely on the turrets so much. I'm going to try and do my best to take out as many aliens as I can just with the armor. I don't think I'm going to be able to do too well, but with this armor and poison capsules, we'll see how we do. I probably should have these over here, which I might do. There we go. Do that. Alright, and here comes our first victim. I should probably put some lights down now that I've moved them, just so we can see a little bit. And again, testing this at night is, well, it's going to be a good test for our batteries, but it's not going to be a good test for everything else. Whoa, 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 okay. So it's recharging pretty quickly, however, it entirely depleted the battery. Because it's not being charged up during the day. That's not good. And those are the 1 kilojoule batteries, so... Alright. Well, that was actually quite a good informative test. So, 2 batteries completely recharges 4 shields. Now, the second level batteries have 5 times the storage. So that means that I'd be able to recharge 5 times during the night. And ideally, that means I could actually take a bit more damage before... Oh crap, here they come again. Okay. So we're getting hit, but we're not too worried. Okay. But the sun's coming up, which will be good. Because I want to see how well we can do with just the shields and our shotguns. Oh crap, 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 crap. Okay, that wasn't good. Yeah, that wasn't good at all. Okay, we're recharging now. Let's come over here. Are you close enough? Come here. Fish! How do you use these things? Shift 3? Ah! You just eat it. Put it over yourself. And then there we go. Let's grab another one. Okay. So we're recharging the shields. Battery's going to take a little while to recharge. And dear God, there's a lot of aliens. Okay. So we could take a little bit more of a hit, but I think if the enemies were still the medium-sized ones, we would be tearing through them. But because there's so many of the large ones, yeah, because of so many of the large ones, we're not really able to make any traction, really, because they're still powerful enough to tear through those shields. I'm also kind of engaging these enemies top-down like I did before, and I don't like that. For some reason, it feels like I'm missing... Well, the hotbar is hiding everything I can, and I can't zoom the map any further out than this. So what I'm going to do... I clear some of these trees. Boom, boom. I really wish I knew that that these things kill trees sooner, because that is so useful. Because where I'm coming in now, that is not going to do me well. All I want to do is come down here, build the wall, and then come this way. So, so test of our shields and stuff. In fact, actually, hang on. Let me see a minute. Perfect timing. I was just about to say, why don't we try the newer batteries and see how that does? Because I want to see how quickly the shields recharge with full batteries. So, give me a little while. I'm going to go to get the new batteries, and then we'll give this a test. Okay, so I got our new batteries. They were quite expensive, but I've got them in our new suit. Let's just have a look at those batteries again. These batteries required 10 regular batteries plus 20 processing units, and I have 2 of them. So it was 20 batteries and 40 processing units. That's the most expensive thing we've built thus far, because each of those processing units is a whopping amount of resources. So, but it means we have 5 times the capacity, which means our shields hopefully should recharge and last a bit longer. I also, as you might be able to tell, I researched and I'm now producing the piercing shotgun shells. Just to compare, the regular ones do 12 times 4 plus 4.8, which basically means 12 little pellets fire out, and each of them do 8.8 damage. In comparison to the piercing shotgun shells, it is 16, so 4 more pellets, and it does 13.2 each. So 50%, 50%. It's almost, yeah, at least 50% more damage, if not twice that. Also, something's going on with our power. The accumulators dropped just to 0 before the solar panels really came online. So I had to put the steam turbines in. I'm wondering if the radar dishes are what's causing it to go out of whack. But we need to add some more solar panels and accumulators soon. Steam turbines can only last us a little while. But it's nighttime again. Perfect time to test this stuff. And we've also got to, oh yeah, let's put in our new ammo too. So let's test out our increased energy reserves and our better shotgun. Bam, 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 bam. Oh yeah, look at that. Our shields are recharging much better. Not invulnerable though. And the turrets are still helping us out. But even the big guys we can start taking down now. This is the more serious firepower. Oh, crap. The problem is when we fire, we move slower, which means they can catch up to us. And we're out of power. Oh, damn. The one drawback is that when these shields are on, they consume 240 watts. So with 4 shields, we're consuming almost 1,000 watts. But our solar panels can only produce combined 50. So it takes a long while for those batteries to charge up. So this will help us survive, but we can't rely on it. We have to still play it pretty smart. Okay, so let me just get readjusted, and I'll prepare to take out this base properly. Actually, just noticed the time. We're probably going to have to cut this episode short. We'll get this this alien base down here taken out eventually. But the whole purpose of coming out here wasn't really to take that out. It was just to test out the new armor. So we are able to survive a bit better, but there are still better options available, and we will be getting into them pretty soon. But that's it for today. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and I shall see you in the next episode. Goodbye.